Hello everybody, this is your guy Lewis here, back with another video for you. And before I start with the video review, I got some amazing news to tell you guys. One of my favorite actresses, Ellen Page, now came out as transgender at 33 years old. And I was so happy to hear that she could be her authentic self in Hollywood. Because sometimes that is hard. Because a lot of people in Hollywood are prejudiced and stuff like that and are biased towards your sexual orientation. So I hope she does well moving forward. You may know him now from the Umbrella Academy, Juno, and Exception. And by reading that made me feel less alone. And knowing that people can discover their true identities and know that they are transgender later in life, in their late 20s and early 30s. So when I read that, I was like, I'm finally not alone with the way I feel. So if any of you doesn't know what transgender means, it means when you don't feel the gender that you were assigned at birth. Okay, so now that we're off that topic now, and we're going to be moving on to a different one. And now we're going to just go through the Lord of the Rings trilogy. This is basically just the theoretical versions and the extended versions on 4K. There's no bonus features on them. There's 1 through 3. The theoretical versions of the Fellowship of the Ring is 178 minutes. Extended version, 228 minutes. The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, theoretical, 179 minutes. Extended version, 235. And the last one, The Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, theoretical version, 201 minutes, which is really long for theater, that being said. And extended version, 263 minutes, which is 4 hours and something. And I've never seen these films before. I mean, I may have seen it once on Blu-ray, and at that time I wasn't really interested, but now when I watch them probably 4 to 5 years later, they are really good films. And I'm on the first one. And I just realized that Elijah Wood is so adorable looking as Frodo. And I can't wait for him to discover the powers that the rings have. So since there are no bonus features on these, I will just show you what the discs are like. Well, we're going to start off with the theoretical version. And the films are on 2 discs apiece because they're so long. That's the Fellowship of the... I need to read this. Oh, yeah. You have the Fellowship of the Ring theoretical version. And it's either in this nice case, which I like. It's the same as they did with the Harry Potter trilogy. Thank God they did it this way because there's so many films. We have the Two Towers, the theoretical version. And then we have the Return of the King, the theoretical version. And then we have the extended versions. They're on 2 discs. So if you can't already see this, I've already put disc 1 of the Fellowship of the Ring in the player, so you won't be seeing that one. So this is disc 2 of the extended version. They did these really beautifully, and they're so clear. So Peter Jackson did a very good remaster. And my dad said the audio is so good on disc 1, The Fellowship of the Ring, that he thought it was thundering outside when the horses are really running across the screen. And that's how good my woofer is. And then you have disc 1 of The Two Towers. See? I like how they did them all different colors. That's really cool. Then you can tell them apart quite easily. that. That one, this one. And lastly, this two. So yeah, so it'll take me a little while to watch all of them because I do work and stuff. So yeah, that's basically the review. So if you already own the bonus features on the Blu-ray and want to pick this up for $89.99, $97 with tax, you can, because they made a gift set for $149. They made a steelbook for $119, and they made just the regular version like I have for $99. But if you really want the bonus features in the Middle Earth collection to own all 6 films, you might want to wait for the Middle Earth collection on 4K to be released in summer 2021. I don't know why they're making us wait that long for that, but oh well. But since I already own the bonus features for The Lord of the Rings on Apple, I don't really need them. It's just the if and but. And as you may know already, if you watched my previous video of The Hobbit Extended Edition, I didn't really pick it up on 4K because at Jeffrey Films at Home said it's not a massive night and day difference from the Blu-ray version because it's so CGI heavy. Well, stay tuned for more 4K reviews because I'll be reviewing hopefully Chernobyl in 4K, Tenet in 4K, Collateral in 4K, and those are just some reviews coming down the line in 4K that I will be reviewing. Alright everybody, thank you for tuning in today, and please like and subscribe.